What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pistol Jake here with another episode of ZSL Podcast. It's been a long time waiting, couple months, but I'm back. You feel me? Let's get this shit going. Let's get this shit moving. I'm gonna talk about a lot of shit today, and you feel me? Let's get straight into it.
Steady working, nothing coming for free. I rock Christian Dior, man, this shit wasn't cheap. Puff pressure slipping in and out of my sleep. Hold up, nigga don't work, you don't eat. I get on my ass every day of the week. Johnny Storm, I spit the heat when I speak. Pretty little freak wanna jump in the sheet. Let me roll a little blunt, now I'm feeling complete. I'm like John Lennon when I rock and I roll. Put a hop in the coupe and drive it like a stove. I just say a little prayer when we hit in the road. God help me, the devil trying to take my soul. See, in the city, niggas do not grow old. It's Jake clutching when we step in the show. Fell in love with the feeling, I can't let it go.
Alright, let's get started. Welcome back. I'm here bringing you another episode of ZSL Podcast. As you can see, this episode I'm by myself. Oh, so lonely me for real. But it don't matter because this is ZSL where it's always going to be. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. You know, locked up, I'm trying to get fucked up. Hey, yes, God, you feel me? And before y'all sitting there, because I know y'all watching this, talking about grown ass man sitting by yourself talking about some it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. This shit is hard. This is I tried this another day, like yesterday, and I had to stop because I just couldn't do it for real. Like sitting here talking to yourself is really like it's really a struggle for real. But I'm a push my way through this for real. Y'all gonna have to work with me for real. Y'all been asking me to come out with an episode. I had a couple people asking me. I'm not gonna say all y'all, whoever watching this, but you know, a good amount of y'all been pressing me to come out with this episode. I haven't known who to bring on as a guest, so I said fuck it. Might as well just do one by myself for real. I got a couple things that I've been wanting to talk about for real, and you know, ain't nothing to it but to do it. And that brings us to our first topic. And my first topic I wanted to talk about is really just explain to y'all what ZSL is all about for real. It's not really supposed to be just a podcast. And I think I mentioned it a little bit on an Instagram post I had posted for real. But it's really like, so ZSL stands for, let's just start there. ZSL stands for 0 seconds lost. Now, how we came to that name, we ain't really going to dive too deep into it. It was really on some dumb shit. A play, we trying to spin off. I spun it off of YSL, the gang. At the time, Gunna was going through all the Young Thug and Gunna was going through that shit. And I said something like, I'm ready to make my own gang, call it ZSL. I was like, what's it going to stand for? And I just, off the top of my head, was just like 0 seconds lost. And after that, kind of never came back to that, you know, that ZSL saying or anything. I never talked about it again until like it's time to make a podcast. I was like, what I'm gonna call it? And I was like, 0 seconds lost podcast. And really what I came to the conclusion of what ZSL is all about, what I want to, you know, push out there for real, whatever, is like, don't waste your time, you know, saying I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to start a podcast, I want to start streaming, I want to rap, I want to fucking cook. And if you notice, them top topics are people that came on this podcast, like those are the things that they trying to dive into, and I wholeheartedly support all of that for real. And I really want them to, you know, chase their dreams and do what I'm doing. You know, I'm chasing my dreams. I wanted to start a podcast, and now I'm out here doing it. I wanted to coach. I'm coaching football. I want to, you know, get my CDL. I got my CDL. You know, you want to go do something. There ain't nothing, you know, nothing holding you back just to go do it for real. And that's really what I want to, you know, I want this podcast to be about for real. But I want y'all to know, like, it's not just a podcast. It's like I said, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So there's many things, many possibilities that, you know, can come from the ZSL brand, if you would. So let me let's dive into a couple of those things, a couple of those avenues that I may, try to explore for real in the maybe soon future, maybe far in the future, maybe, and you never know, like, and I might even not even name some stuff that I really want to do. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So one of the things is, and I spoke on this a little bit in the Instagram post, is my TikTok account. I really, really need to lock back in and get some content out for y'all, some short content, because that's really, where you get your following. You broaden your fan bases through TikTok, through these small social media. Like YouTube is great and all, and I love posting these videos on YouTube, but nobody's just randomly scrolling through YouTube gonna find my podcast. They're gonna scroll through TikTok. It's gonna pop up on your For You page. So yes, that's what I really want to dive into, is get the TikTok flowing. And as far as like the TikTok posts, I'm gonna keep them like, it's gonna be TikToks. Obviously, these trendy TikToks. I'm gonna start posting some TikToks. Y'all gonna see me out that motherfucker. Hey, 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 I don't even know, you feel me, some type of TikTok dance for real. I don't even know what the fuck. I might be out that bitch, with the blue shirt for real. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. I don't, you feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about for real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. So like but other than posting the actual TikToks on TikTok, I'm going to get into like giving y'all the real like 0 seconds lost experience. You feel me? So it's gonna be like, I'll give you like a 8-minute convo, but I'm gonna speed it up for you for real, so you can get all that information quick. You going, hopefully you fuck with it, and maybe you gonna come watch the whole podcast or something like that for real. So yeah, so it's gonna be sped up videos, probably clips, probably some some actual TikTok. So that's all like what TikTok has in store for real. Another thing is ZSL Live. So I will be doing live streams. Okay. So whether that be watch parties, so like games come on, like the finals is on, NFL, when the NFL season comes around, I'll definitely be watching like the Ravens live, like especially if it's an away night game. I'm gonna be at all the home games, so y'all can count on me not live streaming none of the home games, but I will do watch parties for all like Ravens and away games. So yeah, definitely. Another thing is live podcast. So you might see me just doing what I'm doing now, but it might just be live for real. And I'll have, my podcast ready to go, and I'll do it live. What else? Gaming. I know y'all probably, some of y'all watching this know this, but I am a gamer for real. I have a YouTube account, another YouTube account under my my alias PistolJ. So y'all can go check that video out too. And I will be, live streaming some games when the gang want to hop on. Maybe be 2K, Call of Duty, Madden, NCAA. I play all of it for real. I'm a tap in for real. I don't know how soon, but I will tap in. And there's another thing, like, let me mention this now for real, and I'm gonna mention it throughout the course of this episode and things of that nature. But like, the best way you can support and show me that you want to see me do things is when you see me do something that you like the video, comment on the video, share the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you got your notification bell rung so you don't miss nothing new I got coming to you. You feel me? Like, you're not gonna want to miss, you feel me, a lot of the stuff I got coming for real. I'm cooking. I'm telling you, I'm cooking. Other things with lives, I might give you the IRL stream. Like, I might give you the, real life stream, whether that be I'm at the game, whether that be out fishing or something. I've been fishing lately. I might take y'all fishing with me someday or something like that. You never know. Could be just out. I want to get some experiences. And I want y'all to experience that shit with me for real. Cause it's really, like I said, it's about not wasting your time. You want to do something, go do it. And the best way I can show my progress is by showing y'all and live streaming it. So if y'all want to see that, make sure y'all hit the comments. Let me know what y'all want to see. All types of stuff for real. And then lastly, we got events. So now this is stuff that's cooking up over the future. I'm not gonna say none of this is coming, within the next month. Maybe it's probably at soonest 2 months. And that's if like y'all in the comments really pushing me like, yeah, do that, whatever. All right. So like football/basketball tournaments. Okay, so I might do like football 1v1s on my hit the field. Y'all show up to the field and we gonna do 1v1s. And, winner will get, I ain't, you feel me? This shit ain't jumping like destroying or whatever, none of them other dudes. You feel me? So yeah, I might get y'all like maybe like winner gets $50 or something. You feel me? Winner gets something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a winner something for real. Basketball, maybe we doing 3v3 tournaments. You feel me? All day at the court. You feel me? It could be anything for real along those lines. So I'm a sports guy for real. I fuck with the sports. So if it involves sports, I'm probably going and I'm showing. You feel me? Other things, parties. I may throw a party and, post a video on YouTube and maybe even live stream the party for real. Maybe IRL stream the party and then post a video on YouTube about the party for real. And then another thing that I'm cooking on is beer Olympics. Me and my family, we were supposed to do a beer Olympics last year. And y'all seen Buddha before on the episode. He was supposed to be like live streaming it, and it was supposed to be a big event or whatever, or we was trying to, and then it kind of fell through with like all the people that was supposed to show up, like had a lot of stuff to do around the time, so ended up falling through. But I'm looking forward to trying to bring that back and do it like in a way bigger way, for YouTube content for real. If y'all fucking with that, make sure y'all in the comments, cause I'm really like. I really want to do that for real. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff that I want to get done with the ZSL, brand. But all in all, it's just about not wasting your time. It's like there's so many people that's gonna tell you whether you white, black, Indian, Asian, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that's going to tell you got so many obstacles in your way. And I can't, even if it is true, I can't believe, you can't sit there and believe that. Because then you basically you packing it in for real. You giving up for real. And I just want to preach that, like, even if you are you're an inner city black kid and the cards is all stacked against you, and in our society, that is kind of the case for most of the time. That don't mean you can't make it out and do what you want to do. Like, if you really want to be an NFL player, you work hard enough, you can get there for real. Like, I apologize. If y'all seeing this fly, I apologize. Like, that motherfucker, I peeped him early. I tried to get him. Motherfucker disappeared on me, and now he popping back up as soon as I start recording. Like, he tripping for real. Like, I'm sick of this shit. But it is what it is for real. I ain't ready to chase yo around type shit. But yeah, like, if you sat there and told, back to what I was saying, if you sat there and told a little kid in the city, like, oh, there's this, that, the third is reasons why you can't make it out the city. Like, of course he gonna choose like the least, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course he gonna choose the easiest route for real. Like, it's just to do the dumb shit for real. But if you tell a motherfucker there's nobody stopping you from doing anything you want to do for real, most of the time people going, find their way out. Like, I just feel like And I've even made the best decisions personally for real, but you know what I'm saying? Like at some point or another, you gonna make a decision to, get you back on the right path for real, or whatever the case may be for real. But it's really just about going out and taking the fight head on. It's really and this is something to speak on, to bring an analogy to it. It's like it's what we teach our receivers this year. What we've been teaching our receivers this year as far as getting off the press. Like we want to run a route, and the DB's trying to press us off the line to stop you from getting to your route. Instead of running around trying to get around Joe, take it head on for real. Fucking bull rush. Like I tell them, just fucking, we in a fight. You get in the fight, and now you gotta close that ground and to see if he want to fight back. See if those obstacles really want to stay right there. And see if you can just break through. Because sometimes you can just break through, and now look at you. It may be just one episode. It may just be one, TikTok you post and you go viral. It may just be one plate you make and sell it to the right person. They like, yo, I want you to be my personal chef. It may be one thing you do where you was sitting all day like, oh, I ain't never gonna make it out. And then you do one thing to go towards chasing your dreams, and it be the reason why you do eventually make it out. So stop sitting around, stop bullshitting, stop bluffing. Because a lot of y'all be bluffing, including myself. I am not immune to this for real. But yeah, that's my preach for the hour, you feel me? That's my, Jesus' word. They be calling me Jesus for real. Which actually brings up another thing I wanted to talk about. Recently, let me just give a rewind. Everybody call me Jesus. Is that disrespectful to somebody, religion or something? I don't think they mean it literally. I can't walk on water. I can't turn water to wine. I can't do a lot of things I can do a lot of things, but I can't do Jesus things. I don't know what the fuck I'm yapping about. But whatever. Stick with me. I'm talking to myself right now. So like, it's hard. But but what I was saying. Call me Jesus for obvious reasons. So I was on Tubi, trying to find a movie to watch, free movies, Tubi, shout out Tubi. They ads be long as a bitch though, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I can't do the minute long ads. Give me 30 seconds and get me back to my movie for real. Like, especially when I'm on a streaming service. Like, I get it, TV's different, but TV, you watching TV. But if I'm on a streaming service, I'm not trying to watch 4 minutes of ads and it's like, screen going black in between them and dumb shit like that for real. But I'm scrolling through and I see the movie Son of God. I was like, fuck it, I'm ready to watch this shit for real. And no lie, the movie kind of had me mad. I'm going to be honest. It didn't have me mad because I don't really get mad, but it was definitely had me sitting here like shaking my head because I'm like, damn, how do we like, we just want to believe, I feel like, because like the stories was, first of all, let me start from the beginning for real. Mary has Jesus, right? Let me just break this down. Let me just break it down. Hold on. Forget about Mary for a second. Your girl comes to you. She like, I'm pregnant. Right? Right? But you not the daddy. Now back then, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of shit going on for real. So like maybe I stick with her for real. Then she has the baby. Three rich black dudes pull up bearing gifts. Oh hell no, dummy. I ain't gonna lie. Three rich black dudes pull up bearing gifts to my baby? That's not my baby. That cause she never let me even touch it. Nah. If I'm Joseph, I'm out. I don't give a fuck if he I don't care if he, shit, bless me. Peace. You feel me? Fuck that. I ain't gonna lie. Three? Shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So starting the movie off, it already had me questioning that for real. But that's always been a question, like, was the Virgin Mary really a virgin? But, whatever. But yeah, so that happens. Boom. Then they skip your whole like childhood. Then the dude, I'm like the dude. Jesus is all grown up. So then they show Jesus. And when I tell you this motherfucker, straight teeth, white teeth, nice hair, part down the middle, you feel me? Pretty eyes, all that. White boy, pretty white boy for real. I'm like, bro, I fuck around with a hung the dude up too. I gotta speed that thing up for real. I ain't gonna hold you for real. But no. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Then you see everybody else in the movie, teeth all fucked up. You feel me? All of them like Middle Eastern for real. Only one that's white is him. I'm like, now who I need to look up who fucking wrote this shit down. I mean, who wrote this movie, who directed this movie, who cast this movie. Because like y'all couldn't got like a bronze dude. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they say it should have been me for real. I'm looking a little red right now because I just got out the sun. But you feel me? I'm tan. You feel me? Like they said Jesus had the skin of copper, some shit like that. But whatever. But yeah. So then you see Jesus for the first time, and the dude, he's standing on the shoreline. The dude Peter is in, I think it's Peter. I ain't gonna lie, I might get their names all fucked up for real, but it's something Peter, John, Joseph, all that Bible name shit for real. But yeah, so Peter's in the boat. Jesus yells from the shore, and he's like, spoiler alert if you've never seen the movie for real. If you haven't seen the movie, I suggest you just go watch the movie. But I am gonna spoil it a little bit for real. I won't spoil the end or like too deep into it, but I will give a couple details. But Peter's in the boat, right? Jesus is on the shore. He yells out to Peter. He says, "Do you need some help?" Peter says, "No, I don't need any help." Essentially, some give or take a few words or whatever. Basically, no, I don't need no help. Jesus walks out into the water. First of all, when I seen him start to walk to the water, I'm like, damn, he walking on water first fucking scene. He the GOAT. But come to find out, he just walks into the water. My man's is like drowning in the water, not drowning, but like, shoulder deep in the water, reaching out to Peter, like basically like you forcing a man to let you on his boat. So that happens, and I'm already kind of off of Jesus. I ain't gonna lie. That right there kind of irked me the wrong way, because I'm like, how you going? Basically, you just bogarted your way onto my man's boat. He didn't you asked him if he needed help. He was like, nah, I'm straight. And then you just like walked out in the water like, all right, now I need help for real. Pull me up on a boat. Like, fuck you, yo. You should have stayed your ass on the fucking dry sand, my dude. I was ready to say the other word, but that's Jesus. Can't. can't mess with him for real. I'm gonna keep my cuss words to a minimum while I'm speaking on him and on our Lord and Savior. But yeah, so that happens. Then he's in a boat and he like something along the lines of like, you need you fishing or something like that. And Peter's like, well, we not gonna have no luck fishing out here. Is like basically all dried up. There ain't no fish out here for real. So he like, try it. Yo, throw the net out there, pull it in. It's like 100 fish he pulled back in for real. I'm like, shit crazy. Then it's a little cut scene. He just pulling up like damn near hundreds and hundreds of fish, thousands of fish for real. He just pulling them in, keep pulling them in. And I'm just like, and you just believe this dude is the Messiah strictly off that? Like, no questions asked, dummy. Like, you just like, all right, now I guess I'm with yo. Like, I'm following yo for real. He pulled up on the boat, and now I got fish. Then he said, and this shit was hard, I ain't gonna lie. He said something. He said, you gonna come with me, and you gonna become a fisher of men. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. Fisher of men. The button ain't work for real. But but yeah, so then Peter goes with him for real. They go on a journey. I don't even know where they went for real, but I know he end up with Peter with him, John with him, Joseph with all these different people. All these different people following him for real now. I forget what he did next, but all I know is, this was what happened. He pulled up to Jerusalem, or I don't know if it was Jerusalem or another, whatever. He pulled up somewhere, and it was this one dude who was following around the whole movie, just yelling at him like, "That's blasphemy! That's blasphemy!" He was mad as shit the whole movie, like that he thought that Jesus thought he was the Messiah, or people thought Jesus was the Messiah, or whatever the case was at the time. But he was just so mad for real. But so what happened was he pulled up for real. They in like they're in a temple or something like that. And they pull up with a dude holding a dude like this for real in their arms. And they lay him down in front of Jesus, and they like, he can't walk. And then he basically told yo, I forgive your sins. And then the dude was like, that's blasphemy. Only God can forgive sins. How you gonna forgive sins? And pretty valid for real. And then he touches dude's leg, and he like, would you rather someone tell you they forgave your sins or tell you to stand up and walk? And dummy like just picked yo up. He stood up and walked away. Like, I'm like, now how we know that wasn't just some dude chilling around the corner? They like, yeah, we gonna carry you in for real. We gonna act like you paralyzed, you can't walk. And then when he tell you stand up, you just gonna stand up and walk. Like, this is easy. These are easy like tricks. You feel me? What he think he David Blaine or something, or David? What's that one magician? He think he David whatever your name is for real. He think he Houdini. He ain't these the oldest tricks in the book. He can't get that past my eye. You feel me? He can't get that past my eye. I ain't gonna lie. I was on the side of blasphemy for the first couple minutes of the movie. That's all I'm gonna say. These are easily disputed things that he was busting for real. It wasn't until like after this, dummy was like walking on water and shit, and I was like, all right, I don't know how you gonna explain that, unless it was like it was like a storm. This motherfucker was the water was, dummy was just. I was like, all right, I don't know how to explain that for real. Unless it was like a sand dune or something out there for real, but that's besides me for real. But yeah, I mean, yeah, shout out to Jesus. Shout out to Jesus for real. Our Lord and Savior. Couldn't be here without him. You feel me? He forgave our sins so we can sin on. That's why all these motherfuckers out here doing whatever. Woo wee. Doing whatever. I ain't gonna lie, we might need to get back to the Old Testament, the way these people acting for real. Cause the Old Testament, we wasn't all about all that forgiving your sins for real. You feel me? We was throwing, and that was another thing in the movie that was like kind of crazy to me for real. That I never like, cause I don't really read the Bible and do all that for real. Like I guess I'm Christian or whatever. I've been to church a couple times, but I never sat down and read like the Bible. Like the coaches the coach I coach with at Long Reach, they send Bible verses in the group chat from time to time, so I'll read those. But other than that, I ain't really sit down and really like dive into no religion, because it's really culty. Like if you watch the movie, you gonna see like this some culty type shit. Like dummy, like Jesus was walking. They was throwing rocks at the dude. Called him. It was like called him out. Was like, that's blasphemy for real. They started throwing rocks at him, and Jesus was just walking regular. Everybody, all this peoples was walking behind him, like blocking the rocks with their hands. And I was just like, yo, this is weird. I mean, like, no way y'all like. I don't know. I mean, like, he's still a grown ass man. He can protect himself for real. He Jesus. You think if I could walk on water, you think I'm gonna let a rock hit me in the back of the head? Like, be fucking for real. Like, nah. Like, if this shit is really true, if he really healing people's legs and really, really making fish appear out of thin air, that's another thing he did too. The man lifted the basket up. The basket had one fish in that motherfucker. He lifted the basket up above his head. He said some I'm Shyamalan Ding Dong type shit. I don't even know what he said for real. He said some shit. Pulled the basket back down. That bitch was full of fish. Then all the peoples, it wasn't even Jesus holding the basket up. It started being like the random people, Joseph and fucking Peter and all of them start holding the baskets up. I'm like, damn, fuck, they Jesus too? Like, everybody got powers now. Like, yo had the power to. Yo was on that. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, like, was Tyrese Halliburton in the paint for real. That's another thing. I ain't gonna get off on this topic for real, but it just. I've been getting mad at Magic Johnson's son. That's like, I think he's trans. He's a trans woman now. That shit been making me mad for real. I got no problem with that shit for real. But you should be a trans woman in the WNBA really out that bitch. on Caitlin Clark for real. I swear to God, like, you feel me? I seen a picture of this motherfucker the same height as Magic. He too big, bro. Like, you should be backing somebody down for real. I don't care if it's a girl, a boy, whatever. You feel me? Another shit. I'll watch a trans woman NBA. What you call it? The TWNBA? I don't know. That shit might be hot. Might be the next thing. Caitlin Clark probably could get in there for. I'm not saying she's trans, but she's the man. It's like, nah. But yeah, let's move on for real. Like, enough of this God talk. You feel me? Jesus, he's a cool guy. I don't even think I watched the end of the movie because I didn't want to see them. I ain't want to see that. I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't. But yeah, I can understand why. They was hating. It was like, this motherfucker got it too good, bro. There's no way. But yeah, let's move on. So, recent events. Let's talk about some recent events for real. Or not events, but recent. The NBA Finals is hot right now. OKC versus the Indiana Pacers is tied 3-3 going into Game 7 for real. I'm gonna be honest. I think I got OKC. I think, I don't know. It's like it's weird because it's like all the games that Indiana has won, it doesn't seem, except for this last game, they blew their asses out, and it was kind of weird. That shit kind of seemed a little rigged, like they just won a game 7 to make this game more, more popular, because it maybe is not bringing in the type of viewership that it's supposed to be. Because I'm be honest, I haven't watched all of it. I've seen maybe 2 full games. I've seen 2 full games, and then I've watched the end of all of them. For some reason, some odd reason, I always like go in the break room at work and see and catch the end of the game for some odd reason. But yeah, every game, but like I was saying, every game is like Indiana kind of has to like go on a run at the end to win it, or they don't really dominate the whole game, and it's like I feel like OKC just has played down to them. Like throughout the regular season, OKC was way better, but also I think another thing is Indiana's defense is really showed up in this finals for real, and I also think that Indiana hit the playoffs like going this way for real, and OKC hit the playoffs just trying to get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So like Indiana kind of caught their stride going through the playoffs, and OKC's kind of just been, fighting off the adversity, trying to just, do what they were supposed to. Because going into the playoffs, OKC was a no-brainer to make the finals. Like if you would have bet OKC to make the finals, it probably was going to make the least amount of money out of any bet for real. So, but yeah, I would say, like my heart, I want the Pacers to win. For some reason, I like the Pacers more than OKC. I do fuck with Shea a lot, but I want the Pacers to win. But I think OKC going to hold it down. They 18-2 after a loss in the playoffs, and they going back home. Shea, he hasn't had a bad game yet, so I expect him to come out and do what he does. Jalen Williams hasn't really had a bad game yet. I expect him to come out and do what he does. It's really going to come down to those other, like, can Chet show up? Can Caruso play some good defense, give you like 6 to 10 points off the bench, or even maybe in a starting lineup position? Can Hartenstein give you good rebounds, good defense, good minutes, maybe 6 to 10 points off the bench, or maybe in a starting spot along with him too? It's really been a crazy finals. Like Indiana has like 8 players averaging more than 10 points. Like these teams are way deeper. It's a weird like era we in the NBA. It's almost not about like a big 3 no more, or not about like a superstar player or 2 superstar player having a 2 or 1 superstar player, even though they got Shea. And I guess you could say Tyrese is somewhat of a superstar, unless you want to say that's overrating him, but whatever. But yeah, I would say, yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just a weird it's a weird era we in, where it's really about who has the deepest bench. And I would say maybe the Celtics started this last year because they was 8-9 deep in the finals, and that's why Mavs couldn't fuck with them. And yeah, now we got the Pacers versus OKC. The little towns for real, little cities in the United States, the most underrated people in the world in the finals. And we about to have a winner for real. But I would say I think my bet is gonna be on OKC, but we'll see. And yeah, let's move on to another. What's else been going cracking lately for real? Oh shit! You know what's been cracking? These June holidays, yo. What's up with the June holidays? The month of June holidays, like the JaVale McGee's of monthly holidays. Cause think about every month, like got a good holiday, at least one good holiday, and then some little sprinkles in here, there and there. Like last month we had Memorial Day. Next month we'll have 4th of July. And those are 2 big, like, you get the day off, you cook out with your family, all that. And then you come to June and it's just like, it's nothing for real. It's really nothing. Like you started off, you got Z.S.L. And with the way that the shit been cracking in the Middle East, I don't know if and this might be racist as fuck because I don't know what Z.S.L is. But the way shit been cracking with the Middle East, I don't know if even they was celebrating that shit for real. Right? So you got that. You start off with that. Like, that's just an L holiday to start off with because I don't even know what it is. Okay? Then you go to Flag Day. Okay? It's like it's weird what they do with like flags and just making all flags racist now. We already got the Confederate flag. That's been racist. That's we ain't gotta really talk about that. That's racist. I give y'all that one. But we making the American flag racist. Like I done seen people posting talking about if I see an American flag waving, I just assume that you are racist or some shit. It was a post, something like that. I'm like, damn, we can't even be patriotic no more with American flag, bro. Like, what y'all ready to do on the 4th of July? What flags we fly? Like, we flying Ukrainian flags on the 4th of July? I done seen more Ukrainian flags flying from people's doors, or people's like porches than fucking American flags. Shit's crazy. And I know they not from Ukraine. I mean, they might be. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on. I done seen Canadian flags flying. I done seen Ukrainian flags flying. Palestinian flags flying. American flag can't get no love for real. I don't know what it is for real. And maybe it's just, I don't know, something going on in the country right now. I mean, I'm acting like I don't know. It is something going on. Like there is a divide amongst the people in the country. You feel me? Whatever side you on, I don't judge. Those sides will judge, and those sides probably will judge me for not judging. But it is what it is. I try not to indulge in that shit for real. Like I have my personal, viewpoints on things. I don't, care to, really argue them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, it is what it is. What it is. It's what I believe. And it's like, even what I believe, it's like, I know I'm not personally hurting nobody for real. Like, it's not like I'm out here voting for Trump or nothing like that for real. So, I'm either not voting at all or fucking I vote for whatever the safest pick is. I say, like, I voted for Kamala Harris. I say that. You feel me? I'm whatever. I don't really necessarily like Kamala Harris as a candidate, but I voted for her because it would seem like the safer pick of the two. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But I digress. Flag Day is phony. Another flag, look, they try and make, look, another flag. It's a flag called, which I might have to pull this up for real. Might gotta pull this up for y'all because y'all might not know what it is when I say it for real. So let me pull this up for y'all. It's called the pine flag. The pine tree flag, I think. The pine tree flag. An appeal to heaven. Okay? So this flag is it's a American Revolution flag flown by, some squadron from back in 1770 or something like that. Like under the regime of George Washington, okay? So this flag, before all this other shit, I don't know what's going on recently with it. It's been in the headlines a lot. My father's been sending me videos on TikTok about it. Nothing good can come from your father sending you TikToks on political things of that nature. I'm gonna be honest. And he don't watch these podcasts. I know he don't. He be hating. It's like, nah, he don't be hating, but he don't be supporting. I don't blame him because some shit you don't want to hear for real. And maybe he gonna probably watch this one and watch. He gonna hit my phone like he gonna send me a paragraph or some shit. And I'm gonna be like, yo, we cool, bro. I love you. But yeah, so boom, the pine tree flag has been described as one of the most important flags in the colonies during 1775 to 1776. and the central image of the pine tree stood for wealth and power, in part because the tall trees were so important to the Royal Navy as I'm sorry, this far as shit away. I can't fucking see that shit. It's like little as shit. As masts for warships. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so this is a revolutionary flag. It's, it signifies, the American Revolution and, becoming America. So this flag in itself, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no, you feel me? I just personally just reading this, I can't get no like white supremacy, connotations out of it for real. Okay? So there's that. And then there's people flying it at Trump rallies. There's people flying it on January 6th. There's people flying it, in these like white supremacy type things. You feel me? And I'm not equating a Trump rally to a white supremacist rally, because I think those two things are different. Somebody else might say that they are the same, but I'm sure you can find a lot of black people at a Trump rally. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount of black people at a Trump rally. And at a white supremacist rally, I doubt something going on. Thought I heard something. I doubt you could find a lot of white people, a lot of black people at, a white supremacist rally. But, that's not my argument I'm making. I'm just saying. So you will see this flag waved at those type of events, right? Now, does that make it a white supremacist flag? Okay. So like the Confederate flag, let me take this off. I'll take this down. So the Confederate flag, it was meant for the southern colonies or southern states. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to basically become their own, their own country under the Confederate flag, because they wanted, and this is idiot, history 101. Don't hate me because I'm butchering some shit for real, but I feel like I'm getting it just right for real. I took social studies and shit like that for real. So, but like basically they wanted to break apart from the North and keep slavery. So that's okay. That I understand. Confederate flag means we want slavery. What does an appeal to heaven? What's the negative connotation before that? Just say you're not a Christian, bro. Just say that. You feel me? If you're not a Christian, just say that for real. Like, I feel like an appeal to heaven is really just like, what does the pine tree symbolize? Let me just see what is the appeal to heaven fallacy. The appeal to heaven is not typically considered a logical fallacy in the strict sense of flawed reasoning. It refers to the act of relying on a higher power of God for justice or guidance. When earthly means fall, often invoking the idea of divine intervention. While the term is often associated with the phrase an appeal to heaven from John Locke, which refers to the people's right to revolution when faced with injustice, it's not inherently a logical fallacy. Okay, so yeah, like reading this, like I ain't gonna lie, there's really nothing wrong with this nothing wrong with this flag at a base meaning of the flag and what it stands for. Okay, now whatever those weird people, right wing crazy people are doing with it, like I can't explain that for. I can't justify it or nothing like that. I can't justify January 6th or nothing like that for real. So, but just because a motherfucker, like if Hitler loved ice cream and that was his favorite fucking meal, does that mean I can't like ice cream too? Like at what point do we stop this shit for real? I don't like that we just canceling shit just because a stupid motherfucker used it. And this is a flag. I'm not ever going to wave this flag, or do I even really give a fuck about the flag, to be honest. But it's just the point. you know what I'm saying? Like if racist motherfuckers want to do stupid shit and then use some shit when they doing the stupid shit, why we gotta cancel the shit that they use when they doing the stupid shit? You follow me? Are you following me? I really like. It's really you know. I don't like that shit for real. Like we can't just you feel me? Like we can't just like separate the two. We can't. We can never just separate it. We always gotta link it up together. That's this. Oh, that means that. Oh, this is that. That means you this. Oh, you doing that. That means you that. Like the Trump hat. Nah. I was already saying some crazy shit for real. But nah, I know somebody that bought a Trump hat. I don't know somebody that bought a hat. I know somebody whose boyfriend bought a Trump hat just because he thinks it's fun. He thought it was funny or whatever and wanted to just wear it or whatever. Something like that. Like he ain't vote for Trump or nothing like that for real, but he just bought the hat because he wanted the hat. I don't even know. But like if he wore the hat and you saw him out in public, you like, oh, he ignorant. And it's a black dude, by the way. But he ignorant, he racist, whatever. He hate his own people, whatever. Like, no, he don't. He just want to wear the hat. You feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, and there was this shirt. I seen this shirt on TikTok, and it was like a barcode on it. If you scan the barcode, it was Trump hitting the little stupid ass dance he be hitting for real. And I was like, yo, it's crazy that I can't buy that shirt because that's some funny shit for real. You walking down the street, you see a barcode, you scan it, and it Trump pops up dancing on your phone. People gonna be mad as a bitch for real. Like I just know people gonna be mad. Yo, that shit just gonna make me laugh for real. Cause people just gonna be behind me salty or whatever the case may be for real. Now I don't really plan on spending my money on stupid shit like that for real. But if I had the means to do it and wanted to do it, I should be able to do it for real. I shouldn't be looked at for buying that shirt as a racist. I feel like I didn't even vote for the dude for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna be mad at me for. Like, what you say fuck me for? T.I. fucked your first baby mother. It's like, nah. But yeah, nah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy what we do with shit nowadays. It's like, as soon as it get seen with some shit, it automatic, now it means that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of too many other topic or too many other, examples of this, but I know it happens every day, and I'm sure y'all see it too. It's like, damn, so gay people got the rainbow now? Like, I can't fuck with the rainbow or I'm gay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wear a pink or I'm gay? I can't have the left earring or I'm gay? Like, what's going on? I don't get where, these social norms just get, you feel me? I don't really be on Twitter like that, but I blame Twitter. I don't know why, but I blame Twitter. You feel me? But yeah, that's enough of that flag talk for real. Let's get back to these holidays cause it's getting real snippy around here for real. Then we go next holiday in June is Father's Day. That shit was last week. I don't know if anybody even woke up on Father's Day. I ain't gonna lie. Seemed like everybody was sleeping in on Father's Day. I ain't even gonna cap. I text my father. I said happy Father's Day. This motherfucker gonna text me back THX period. I said, oh. I said, oh, it's like that. I said happy Father's Day, love you. This motherfucker said THX period LU2. I said I know I'm a dickhead for real because I could have like went and said it to him in person, but I just like rolled out of bed and sent the text message as a first thought, like. But yeah, nah. I looked out for y'all. I got him some cigars for real. Like, hit the comments below. Let me know what y'all got y'all fathers for Father's Day. If you don't got a father, shit, you should have got your grandfather something for real. I don't know. If you ain't got a grandfather, you should have got yourself something. Cause like, fuck it, you ready to be a father one day. You feel me? That's what I told my mother. My mother told we did cook dinner for she did cook dinner for my father for Father's Day. and she was trying to set up the table. She get to calling me in there to help set up the table. I'm like, it's Father's Day, yo. Why you trying to make me? Why you trying to make me set up the table? She like, you ain't got no kids, you ain't no father. I'm like, I'm a learning father. You feel me? I'm trying to sit and spend time with my pops so I can learn something. You feel me? You know, get right. You feel me? But yeah, so we already know what's up with Father's Day. People don't fuck with Father's Day. Like, I ain't gonna lie. We ain't got no specials, no brunch specials, or nothing for Father's Day. Like, it wasn't on Sunday, correct? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, just like Mother's Day, you know, Father's Day brunch, no nothing. Like, you feel me? You know fathers don't get no love. Let's just be there for real. But to be fair, I will say this for the ladies in the back. Fathers be absent a lot. These fathers be absent. Ask Lord Reggie for real. That's all I gotta say for real. We need to get these fathers back in the household. I don't know how, but we're gonna come up with a plan. 2026, fathers back in the household, all 2026. Boom. Now we move on to the biggest, I would say this is the biggest holiday, quote unquote holiday, because we try and make it a holiday, but for some reason it just can't break through for real. It just can't break through for real. Juneteenth was 2 days ago, and it just didn't feel like a holiday. I don't know if maybe it's because it fell on a Thursday and it was just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you for real, but it just didn't seem like enough. I'll tell you one reason why it didn't seem like enough. I looked on my schedule at work, and that motherfucker did not say holiday pay on that bitch. So I said, hey, I guess it ain't a holiday yet. We need to get holiday pay for Juneteenth for real. Or this is our reparations. Boom. I got that, bro. I got the perfect fucking idea. I'm copywriting this too. Copyright infringements, ZSL Productions, PistolJ promotion. You feel me? Like, don't play with me. This is our reparations, people. Only black people get holiday pay on Juneteenth. All black people get. If you black, you get. When you sign your application, I might have to start putting black on my shit, because I be putting mixed non-Hispanic on my shit. I'm gonna have to start putting black people. But you put black on your application, you get Juneteenth holiday pay. Come on, tell me that's not solid right there. That's perfect right there. Can't get no better than that. Time and a half, you feel me? All that. That's our reparations. We get back. The disrespect. I should go 1-2 to his chest for that, huh? I should go. Fuck it. We about to pay some bills. We'll be back. All right, here we go. Let's first ad for ZSL podcast history. We are starting off with a bang with a non-paid ad. This is strictly just because I care. You feel me? So let me get into it. Do you hate your girlfriend? Do you hate your wife? Do you hate them just not having shit to do, annoying you, always nagging? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Send her ass out the house for real. Go tell her, get her nails done. You can go tell her, get her nails done for the Lowski. You feel me? B.EAUTIFFUL_NAILS. Beautiful Nails by Brooke Hebron. Go get her. Go on Instagram. Go to the page. DM to book. Set her up a nice little appointment. Get her out the house so you can play the game with the boys. You feel me? And if you a girl watching this, you want some quality nails get done, go get your nails done by Brooke the beautiful, beautiful nails. Why not? You wasting your time. You feel me? She going get you right. She gonna be real detailed. I know her. She's anal. I know her very well. She happened to be my Irish twin. You feel me? I know she gonna get it done. She gonna do the nails. Oh no, nail look nine. Your nail look nine. You done thought she just. I ain't gonna cap. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the nails right now. They all look good. They all look good. They got anything you need. You want some? You need. 4th of July coming up. You might need your red, white, and blues on. You feel me? You might got your birthday party you trying to go to. You might got whatever. She do design. She do all types of shit for real. You DM her, find out what you like, and get right back into it. Let's get back to the episode though. All right, we back. We are back, and what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my fucking fabulous idea. Like, get the black people they reparations for real. Juneteenth, holiday pay for only black people. I think I would get like maybe just give me quarter pay. All I need is a little bit, quarter, half, whatever you feeling. If you feeling generous, you know what I'm saying. For my loved ones that had to go through that for real. Which I ain't gonna lie, I would have to say my take on reparations is fucking. I like that shit is so dumb to me. Like reparations for some shit that you didn't have to go through. Like, yeah, your family had to go through it, I guess. So maybe it made you not be able to have the same type of privileges these white people have who, parents are, and I don't want to say millionaires, but, well off. And their parents were well off enough to get them in school and have them be well off. And then the kids are well off and, generational wealth. We're talking about that black people were not exposed to, nor had the capabilities of building for their family. So that part of reparations I kind of understand, but just the flat out thing, the flat out idea of white people who were not slave owners paying black people who were not slaves for slavery that happened 200 years or 200 whatever fuck years ago is kind of fucking stupid to me for real. But I guess I get it if you talking about like that, the deeper aspect of it for real. But yeah, back to Juneteenth. But the main reason why I think Juneteenth hasn't been able to really break through as a holiday is because it literally doesn't mean nothing. All it means is that people in Texas that didn't know they was free but was already free, they got told that they was free that day. Or whatever. Was it 1860? What was it, Juneteenth? Am I tripping? And I was ready to say 1865 on some goofy shit. Juneteenth. What? No, what year? What the fuck? When was the original Juneteenth? Yeah, what the fuck? 1866. I was close. Yeah. So 1866. Emancipation Proclamation. This was over 2 years after the proclamation was initially issued. 1863. Like the shit, the Emancipation Proclamation came out in 1863. So I don't know what date that was, but that should be the day we celebrate. Is the actual day, that shit came out. It was just these motherfuckers didn't believe they was being told. They ain't believe they was free, which I feel them though, cause shit, the shit they was going through, I wouldn't even try to play around with that shit for real. But yeah, no. But and then the crazy thing about Juneteenth is that was just when if you were in Texas, they were still holding slaves. That's just when the last white people let off they slaves for real. But and I'm not too like informed on this for real, but I'm pretty sure like some like Native Americans still owned slaves after 1866. Like I'm pretty sure like the Apache Indians or some shit, not Apache Indians, Apache like Native Americans or whatever fuck, still owned slaves after the Emancipation Proclamation and even after Juneteenth. But Google not gonna show that for real. I had to dive deeper, and I would say don't take my word for it. Do your own research. I'd say that too. A lot of people like I'm getting off topic. This podcast ready to go forever, but a lot of people. I wouldn't say I don't think we are slaves of the media because that's what people that's they go to. Like if you are on the right or you on the left, your go to is like these people are just slaves of the media. They're just and it's like if you're on the left, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm be honest whatsoever because like CNN and all these, you feel me? Like I don't think if media is ran by anybody, it's definitely ran by like somebody who's a Democrat or a left wing type of guy person. You know what I'm saying? Like most stuff I see is about like how bad Trump is, how Trump's Hitler, the fucking, the sensationalization of, politics and stuff is pretty crazy as far as like left wing media goes. But I mean, they do the I'm not saying they do the same shit with the right wing media as well. Like I'm not trying to, do that argument right now for real. But what I am saying is I think we are not slaves of the media. I think we are slaves of the algorithm. So whatever you believe, you're going to like that post. Say it says ice cream tastes bad and you don't like ice cream. You probably like that post and you probably get another post like why ice cream is terrible for you. And now you just building up this idea that ice cream is no good when everybody in the world's like ice cream is pretty great. I keep using ice cream for these fucking topics. I must need to go get me some ice cream. You feel me? But yeah, so like I say, just try not to become a slave of the algorithm for real. Even if you believe the stuff you're watching to be true, like you think. I mean, I don't want to keep going to politics, so I'm trying to go off of politics for real for like the people in the back. But say you're a Ravens fan and you getting all this propaganda, not propaganda, but all this, your algorithm is showing you how great the Ravens are for real. You still have to watch those videos and read those tweets and, you know, indulge in that information, knowing that you are gonna, without, doubt, agree with most of the stuff for real. And the best thing you can do is just doubt it from the beginning. Just already go into it with the question mark in your head, because that's kind of how I go about everything. Like if you see my algorithm, it's pretty fucking crazy. Like it's different. It's fuck Trump. It's Trump funny as hell. It's you know the war in Ukraine is good for the United States. The war in Ukraine is bad for the United States. It's all types of shit. Like my algorithm, like it probably don't know what the fuck to do because I don't like shit. I take it. I make I try not to like nothing because I don't like. Like I know what the algorithm going to do. Like I be playing. Like I be in that bitch. Like I'm like fucking Smokey on Friday for real. I got mind control over the algorithm for real. That motherfucker say shut the fuck up, I be quiet. But that motherfucker send me some funny shit, I be laughing again. You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, watch what you watching, bro. That's all I gotta say for real. If it's feeding you information that you were just like like yeah, I know this is true. I know this is true. I know this is true. Just go into it with a little bit more of a question mark for real. Do some extra research. Actually know what the fuck you're watching and know what you're taking, what information you're taking in for real, and actually like regurgitating, I would say. But yeah. That's really all I got to say on Juneteenth for real. It's just like I hope we can make it a push for this to really be a holiday for real. Black people, we getting up there for real. And yes, I said we because I am half black for real, but may not look it. I'm a little bit red today, but I am half black. And we getting up there. We need some more. Need some more holidays. We got Martin Luther King Day. We got Black History Month. We got That's about all we got for real. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I guess we could call it Christmas. You know, as long as you got the black Santa up in your house for real, we got Christmas. You know what I mean? As long as you got the black Santa, we got Christmas. You feel me? What else? That's really it. Juneteenth. Let's make it another day for real. All these white people holidays. We got Easter too. Easter's, you know, a bunch of different races can celebrate Easter. But whatever. But yeah, we need some black people holidays, some you know, cookouts, some reasons to throw some cookouts and have some motherfucking from you. Ain't no there's nothing I would not do. Yes, God, we need some of that for real. And throwing that Beyonce version, if you know, you know. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much all I got on Juneteenth. Another recent event. We on the brink of war, people. If you look like me, you might be good because y'all out here protesting and shit, talking about illegal immigration. We don't need to do that, whatever. I ain't gonna lie. If we go to World War III, they can deport my ass, cause I ain't going. Fuck that. Fuck that. Josue can go in my place for real. We switch spots for a couple months for real. But if once we win the war, I want to come back. If I gotta come back illegally, that's what I gotta do for real. Fuck the wall. I'm climbing it. You feel me? I don't care. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. And if I do go, I'm like Jaden Smith in that motherfucker. I hate it here. You feel me? Fuck that. I'm not going to Middle East. They cannot get me with a fucking with a bribe. Give me a milli. Would I go to World War III for a milli? I'm gonna need at least 10 milli, and I'll go fight in the war for real. But I gotta be a sniper for real. If y'all don't know, I'm nice with that bitch for real. I'm nice. I done been to the gun range. Headshots. Ding, ding, ding. You feel me? You'd have thought them Iranians was Indian the way I'm fucking hitting them. Red dot to his skull. You feel me? Sex savage. You feel me? But no, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really got much to say on the war. I just pray. I pray. It shit don't go, keep going the way it's going for real. Like, I understand it. We don't want Iran to have a nuclear war. I don't support Iran having a nuclear war in any way necessarily. Per se, I'm not going, you feel me? Like, I will say this though. It don't make sense. Like, they can't have one. That kind of don't make sense to me. Like, they can't have one. We got how many? North Korea got how many? Russia got how many? These are our biggest enemies is like Russia, China, North Korea. Or not enemy, like I wouldn't say China's our enemy. I wouldn't say any of them should be our enemy, really. Like, we should be allies with everybody in the world should be allies. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I know like we want democracy across the country across the world and shit like that, but I feel as though like that's their country. If people like, you got the freedom to move, like people do have the freedom to try to, move to these other countries and, try to get citizenship. Like, you don't like how shit rocking in your country. There is a path to citizenship in the United States and may not work out for real, but whatever. But yeah, I don't support Israel I don't support Israel getting a nuke either. They probably do got a couple, but I wouldn't support that shit either. Israel, they some slimy motherfuckers. I don't know, really. I'm not too, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too deep into none of this shit, but I do peep surface level slimy. But yeah, brink of war. I don't support it. Never will. And I ain't going. That's how we gonna end up on that for real. But moving on to our sports segment. We gotta get into the sports for real. Can't go without talking about the sports. I got the draft grades. 2025 draft was 2 months ago. damn near 2 months ago. I came up with these draft grades probably a month and a half ago. I ain't gonna lie. Like right after the draft happened, I came up with these draft grades. I kind of forgot all about them. They were supposed to be on a previous episode. I forget who I did the episode with, but they were supposed to be on a previous episode, and I just didn't do them. Forgot all about them and found them. I said, "Fuck it, I throw them up here for y'all just to show you how I'm feeling about the 2025 NFL draft." So give me a second here. I'm gonna pull these up for y'all, and boom, here we go. Got you a little. You already in it. We already in it for real. Draft grades here, and don't make fun of my names. You feel me? I just had to come up with something that said A. Something had an A in it, and I came up with Slade. Clock it. You feel me? But yeah, so as you can see, I got A, and let me explain a little bit how I decipher this out for real. So I did A through F, right? A through F, the grade. So A, B, C, D, E, F. I did plus regular. So A plus, A, or A minus, okay? Or B plus, B, B minus, etc. Okay? If you're following. So your team may have landed in F, and that doesn't mean that you had like a very bad draft. It just means you had the worst, one of the worst. Like say you have a F, you had the F minus. You had that worst draft out of the 32 teams. So I try to divvy it up as evenly as possible, but still try to keep them in a fair, you know what I'm saying, like a fair assessment of their draft, or what I'm saying. So, and the things I use to determine these these grades is, give me a second here. What I use to base these these grades off of, is where you pick and what value you got at the said pick throughout the draft. Okay, so if you picked first and you got a first overall talent, so you picked first and Cam Ward is number 1 on everybody's board in talent, or say you picked first and you got Abdul Carter, which was the number 1 prospect coming out of the draft, then you'll get solid points for that. If you picked in the 7th round and got a first round guy, then you're going to get way more, it's going to boost up your grade in my eyes. Okay. So that's one. Next was how many guys will start day 1. So if you got guys that will start, I gave you, I boosted up your grade for that reason alone. So if you got a bunch of guys that's going to sit and be on the bench and maybe develop into something later on, I'm not too worried or not too fond upon that. But if you got guys that could come in and help right now and push your team to that next level and, come out, be day 1 starters, then yeah, I'm going to boost your grade up off of that. Next, I did trades. So if you traded your picks away, I still gave you decent, I gave, depending on what value you got back in your trades, then, you got more, boost in your grade. Or if you didn't get that much value back, then you probably dropped. Okay. Next, I did team need. So if you got a player that your team needs, then obviously you're going to get boosted up. If you got players that your team didn't need, and you have 4 quarterbacks and you drafted 2, you feel me? It might not, give you as much of a boost as you may want. I also did not calculate how much teams needed against them or for them. So if you're a team who needs a lot of players, you're ass already, and you only got 5 draft picks and you used all 5 draft picks and you got solid players at each of those picks, I'm not going to knock you for not getting, trading back and getting multiple players because you just picked where you was picked. You know what I'm saying? If you are a team who don't really necessarily have too many gaping holes in your roster, and you got positions where, you're just double stacking up, I didn't hold that against you either. So if you're a team who has a solid offensive line and you went out there and drafted a first round tackle or drafted a first round guard, I'm not gonna knock you because you got a solid backup, you know what I'm saying, or a next year starter. I'm not gonna knock you down for that. You feel me? But you're just not gonna get the extra boost for drafting a day one starter. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much how I base these grades off of. And let's get straight into it. So first we have our slate. You feel me? We got with A plus. I know y'all probably like, yo, this nigga is glazing for real. Like, I got the Ravens. Like, I just don't see how you can look at the Ravens draft and think anything other than they killed it. I feel like we knocked it out the park. When you go from team need to, value at the pick to, I think we traded a couple times, but we got just even compensation. I think we traded late in the draft to get somebody, or we traded back late in the draft to move up later in the draft or something like that. It was a 5-pick, differential. But if you just look at all our picks from Malachi Stark, he's going to be a day one starter. Mike Green, maybe not a day one starter, but a day one impact player. So he's going to get reps at edge. Like Mike Green in the second round, he was the second best overall edge rusher in the draft, and we got him in the second round. That's the steal of the draft in my eyes. Emory Jones Jr., a solid swing tackle, in the third round, a solid talent. Teddy Buchanan, solid linebacker from Cal. I ain't gonna lie, I really like Teddy Buchanan a lot. Next we got, what else? Who else did we get? Carson Vincent, another swing tackle. You can never have enough tackles in case of injury, or you feel me. And the way the Ravens develop, I know these guys can play. Probably gonna be able to play a little bit of guard too, especially Emory Jones Jr. because I think he played guard a little bit in college. Bill Halcoon. You can think what you want about that pick. I'm gonna be honest, it's a 6th round guy, so it's like, these are all 6th round picks. Like, but a lot of these guys, you go Tyler Loop. He's gonna be a day one starter for us if he wins the kicking position. LeJontay Webster, I think he's gonna be a day one starter on special teams, returning kicks or punts. Probably punts, I would say, because I think Keaton Mitchell is going to take over that kick return spot. They're saying that, the way Keaton Mitchell explained it was like it's like wide zone for him, so it's easy for him to read. And John Harbaugh also said that they're saying that running backs are better at this new kick return. So I think, Keaton Mitchell will probably stay, but Jonte Webster definitely will give us solid reps at punt returner and probably give us a couple solid. I think he could get a little bit of PT at receiver. Like he probably can take over the Tylan Wallace reps. You know what I'm saying? Tylan Wallace can take over the Nelson Aguilar reps. You know what I mean? So next you go Anus Pebbles. That's a crazy name, by the way. Anus Pebbles is a crazy name. Like Anus Pebbles. Crazy. Like, we just gonna move on for real. Like, that motherfucker, he's stuffing shit up. At D tackle, he's stuffing it up for real. Like, no questions asked. You feel me? Then you go Robert Longerbeam. I ain't gonna lie, didn't even know we drafted dude. I'm be honest. So, but these are late round guys. Garrett Dillinger, though, I like that one. LSU guard. I like Dillinger. Yeah. So next, that's the Ravens. I'm gonna be honest. If you got something to say about that, I don't know. Like the first, just 1-2 punch was just so crazy. You can't give them nothing but an A plus. The Ravens knock it out of the park every year for the draft. But let me try to move on a little bit quicker because I don't want this podcast to be fucking 8 hours long. So next we go A. These is regular A's. Got the Patriots and the Bears. Patriots had a sneaky good draft. They got guys like impact guys right now. And you feel me? They got their offensive tackle of the future. Trayvon Henderson, solid running back. Kyle Williams, gonna start a receiver for them probably this year. Corner, Jarrett Wilson, probably gonna maybe start at corner for them this year. Safety, Craig Woodson. You know their defense is very interchangeable, so these guys are gonna be getting PT. Yeah, a couple other guys. Kobe Minor, they 7th round pick. He's a sleeper pick. I ain't gonna lie, I like him a lot. Cornerback from I think he's from Memphis. But yeah, next we got the Bears. They had a good. I ain't gonna lie, they might have had one of the best drafts for a team like that is on the cusp of taking that next step and turning the page to a different type of franchise. But a surprising pick with the first pick, I gotta be honest. Colston Loveland I was not expecting them to take him. All right, there we go. Colston Loveland, I was not expecting them to take him. Luther Burden the third, I fucked with him. Like, I liked him a lot. He gave me real like DJ Moore type vibes, but on another level, like 2.0, DJ Moore 2.0. So now you got two guys that can take a hitch to the house. Like, come on. Big body, they like running backs have receiver. You feel me? You can't go wrong with that. Got some offensive line depth along with Shamar Turner, defensive tackle. Big guy, Texas A&M D tackle was always just big and they gonna take up space, so you can't go wrong with them. But solid draft for them. I ain't gonna lie. Next you got A minuses: Eagles, Titans, and San Fran. San Fran had one of my favorite drafts in the in 2025 draft. I like Michael Williams. Solid pick. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna drop. I thought I had the Ravens taking him. I'm pretty sure in my mock draft, but I like him a lot. And then D tackle Alfred Collins, another Texas. I mean not Texas A&M, but Texas A&M, Texas. Both of them. D tackle's gonna go crazy. Nick Martin, solid linebacker. Upton Stout, solid corner. Like they first 4 picks, I liked a lot. I'm gonna be honest, can't say much about the rest of them, but just got some pieces for real. But I'm sorry, I skipped the Eagles. They don't really need nothing. Let's just be real. They don't. They stacked for real, for real. If anything, they need some DBs, I say. But Jahad Campbell's a solid pick for real for them. He definitely is rated pretty high to be going at 31. I'm pretty sure he was rated like 16th best player in the draft. Andrew Mukaba, Texas safety, DBU, go Horns. D tackle from Nebraska, Ty Robinson, another cornerback, Mac Williams, another linebacker, a center. They got a quarterback to back up. Kyle McCord is a solid quarterback too for a backup. I think he's gonna be a solid backup in the league, honestly. Yeah, a bunch of solid picks. You can't go wrong. If Eagles and Ravens rarely go wrong in the draft for real. You got some good GMs right there, and then Titans gave them an A-. They kind of got the nudge just off like you get your quarterback of the future. You can't beat that. Like, you got the best value out of the draft out of everybody. Like, honestly, you're the only team that got your quarterback of the future, and you know it's your quarterback of the future. Like, everybody else is kind of a question mark. Like, we don't know what Jackson Dart's going to be. Shador slipped all the way to the 5th round, so we don't really know what he's going to be now, according to, scouts in the NFL. But, yeah, solid. I ain't going to lie. Solid receiver in the 4th round for the Titans. Alec Ayamana. This motherfucker was killing Travis Hunter, and he gonna have to see him two times in a season, every season, for the foreseen future. So we'll see what happens with that. But and then another one, this Kevin Winston kid, another safety that these safeties going in. Look, all the teams that's got a safety, or almost all of them, except for these two, except for Patriots and the Bears. But yeah, solid safety. Kevin Winston Jr. He gonna be a dog in the NFL. So let's move on. Let's see. B, not bad. They ain't do too bad. Seahawks, Chargers, and Chiefs, B plus. Chiefs, same thing goes with them as the Eagles. They didn't really need much for real, but they got pieces where they needed pieces. You feel me? You got a tackle, Josh Simmons. You know, Patrick Mahomes been struggling with his offensive line lately. You got a D tackle, in Omar Norman Lott. That's a solid pick. I thought he was going to go in the first round. I think I might have had him going in the first round, honestly. So that's a solid pick for them too. He'll sit underneath Chris Jones and grow in that system and maybe become the next Chris Jones for them. And then a couple of other depth pieces that they probably don't really need, but solid for them. Seahawks, they went crazy. Like the guard they got in the first round, he's a dog. He was fucking mauling people. The safety they got, Nick Amenawar, I think he gonna be maybe I would say a mix between the next Kyle Hamilton and Cam Chancellor, because he is on the Seahawks. So gotta show some love. Cam Chancellor. Yeah, a nice little tight end. They say Elijah Ororo is like the next fucking Noah Fant. So we'll see what's up with that. Jalen Milroe, I ain't gonna lie. Jalen Milroe, watch out for buddy. They need some packages with my mans this year. I need to see some packages for real. Torrey Horton from Colorado State. Who else they got that I was looking at? Ooh, whoops. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for them. But here we go. B, Washington and Dallas. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, like Dallas, for some reason, they always draft well. Like they always make a pick that it's like, what the fuck are they doing for real? And then it ends up like being perfect. So they got their guard, Tyler Booker, which is funny because they said he's supposed to be the Jalen Carter stopper, but like he only had 3 sacks in his college career, and they all came against Georgia. Against fucking Jalen Carter. So, not the Jalen Carter stopper at all. Jaden Blue, solid running back from Texas. Shamar James, solid running back from Florida. Devon and Izenuwari, Wakwai, whatever fuck, Boston College edge rusher. He's a solid pick. Take some pressure off of Micah. I like that pick. Or maybe replace Micah, because they still ain't signed my mans to an extension, I don't think. I don't know. Commanders, they didn't have too many picks, but they made the most of their picks. So they got Trey Amos. I like that corner they got in the second round. Josh Connolly Jr., a nice tackle to protect your young buck for real, and Jaden Daniels. So solid. Receiver, Jalen Lane. Solid. 6'7", 6'7". Fuck, I keep doing that dumb shit. So, next you got Jacksonville. I'm gonna be honest, I fucked with they draft too, cause they got 2 solid corners. Caleb Renshaw from Tulane is a solid corner. They traded up and got a franchise guy, face of the league type guy in Travis Hunter, and you can't get more value than fucking receiver and corner. Like, corner maybe one of the hardest positions to play on the field, and receiver, you need at this point in the NFL, you need a number 1 receiver, or you're not gonna win unless you have Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's the only way it's gonna go. Nice lineman. I don't need to know too much about these guys, but I probably did when I made this fucking draft. Once again, I made this shit a month and a half ago, so y'all gonna have to work with me for real. So I don't really remember what my mindset was. But I really did take the time to like look into all these players and do all that. But I just, I blame it on the Jews. Dutch man lose. Blame it on the Tron. Dutch man on. Blame it on the blame it on the boom. Yeah. So B minus, another B minus is the Vegas Raiders. Okay, they got Aston Genty. They got Jack Beck. Solid 1-2. Gotta give it to him. Darian Porter, solid corner. Got some offensive attack, offensive line help. They just stacked up. I like the kid Dante Thornton Jr. I like him a lot. Let's move on to C. So close. So close. Almost had a good draft, all of y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Giants. C plus. It's like I hate putting them that far down because you did get Abdul Carter. Okay. With number 3, you got the best player in the draft. Okay. So can't put you down too far. But I just didn't like the moves they made. That trade up to get Jackson Dart, where you traded in front of a bunch of teams that's not going to draft him. It's like maybe you were scared somebody else would trade up and get him. But I don't know. I mean, and maybe they wanted that extra year on his contract. But I just didn't like the trade. I really didn't. You gave up a lot of, compensation for a dude that you don't even know for sure. And if you knew for sure, then you would have took him with the 3rd pick. Like I'd take a franchise quarterback over a franchise edge rusher any day of the week. But you didn't know, so you waited and then you traded up. But whatever. Then they got my boy Scatterboo. Go along with Danny DeVito. They just perfect match for real. But yeah, so solid draft, but not better than anybody else. And we got the Panthers. They got a receiver for the future, an edge rusher for the future, another edge rusher. My man's Princely. Don't sleep on my man's Princely. Trevor Etienne. If he anything like his brother, he should be solid. Cam Jackson is a solid D tackle as well. Lathan Ransom. I don't really know, I'm gonna be honest. Next, we got the Cardinals. Cardinals, solid 1-2. Walter Nolan and fucking Will Johnson, they will be top in their position by either this year or next year, I will say. Will Johnson was the best corner in the college football 2 years ago. And he dealing with a little bit of knee injuries and shit like that. But he gonna come back. Yeah, moving on to just C, regular C. We got the Browns, Texans, and the Jets. Okay, so I don't know why the Jets is up here, but I'm going to read them off first. They got Menabu, tackle. I don't really like that pick for real, but it was solid enough. And then Mason Taylor, it's a good tight end, LSU, and they got a corner. And it's kind of just about they didn't trade, they didn't do nothing. They just made solid picks at they spot, for I'd say. That's why they at C. Browns. Let's talk about the Browns for a second. Now, y'all probably thinking the Browns was going to be so low because you drafted 2 quarterbacks like dummies and da-da-da-da-da. Nah, I ain't going to lie. They got some solid picks. They got a D tackle of the future. Mason Graham will be a Pro Bowler. So you got a Pro Bowl D tackle to go along with Myles Garrett. Okay. You got a solid linebacker from UCLA. You got a running back. I think Quinshon Judkins has the potential to be the next, Jahmyr Gibbs type of guy. Okay. You got tight end Harold Fannin. Brody solid from Bowling Green. He's solid. He crazy. Dylan Gabriel, okay, I get it. Dylan Sampson, another running back. And then you got Shador Sanders. The value of Shador, I am basing this off strictly what I think Shedeur Sanders would possibly be for them. I think he will be their starting quarterback. So the value of Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round is so high to me that I said, fuck the rest. I'm going to put him in C. I'm going to just put him dead in the middle of everything. You see, it's just, average, whatever. That was my thought process, if I remember correctly. So, and then on top of that, they traded back from number 3 or from number 2. Yeah, from number 2, and they got some good picks for next year. So if you think about building, I think they really going, they're going to be able to build on this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Then Houston, they had sneaky draft. They might should have been higher a little bit because they got a lot of receivers, but all of them can play. I ain't going to lie. Jalen Reed, the safety from fucking Penn State, he's the fucking dog too. The Penn State safeties was going crazy a couple years ago. What else? They got a tackle to replace Tunsil. And yeah, just some solid picks for real. On to the next. I didn't hurry this up because I still gotta fucking talk about some shit. Let's go real quick. Let's just run through this. We got damn. We fought that. Detroit Lions. Just a meh type of draft. I ain't gonna lie. They just didn't hit even a 1st round pick, that D tackle Tyleik Williams from Ohio State. I don't think, dude, it was really that good. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. And everybody else is just a bunch of guys I ain't never really even heard of, and you never know. These guys might pop for real, but as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't nothing special. You know what I'm saying? Falcons, they kind of did some iffy stuff with their edge rushers. They got 2 back-to-back edge rushers in the 1st round. They traded back up to get another one. So you got Jalen Walker, you got James Pierce. So I'm guessing James Pierce is going to be their hand in the dirt guy, and Jalen Walker going to be they, move him all around the field type of guy for real, because he is an athletic freak. They say he's supposed to be the next Michael Parsons, but we'll see. Next, Broncos. Broncos had a solid draft. Honestly, I think they should have drafted what's his name? The kid. Let's see where they at right here. Omarion Hampton. They should have drafted this kid, honestly. But they didn't. They drafted Texas. Go Horns. They drafted Texas cornerback. Solid pick. They got another running back. Solid. Pat Bryant is solid receiver. Savion Jones at edge. He's solid. So, a bunch of solid picks, but nothing crazy. Green Bay, the only pick they made that I like is Matthew Golden. So, hey, that's why they at D. Tampa Bay, I don't know what the fuck they doing with these. They just keep on getting these receivers, bro. I guess they trying to replace, what's his name? But, whatever. Nobody else they got I really fuck with except for Tez Johnson, but that's another receiver. They just want to keep drafting receivers, bro. I don't know. The Steelers, bro, like, Shedeur is sitting right there in your lap, and you just let him fly away, and you draft fucking Derek Harmon. Bless me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not fucking with it. Not fucking with it at all. And they go get Will Howard, and they get Derek Harmon, which he's solid from Oregon, but I don't know. Let's move on. Last slide. You gotta be effing kidding me. I know y'all mad if you on this slide. Your team on this slide, I know you mad for. I know you was mad during the draft because they didn't get nobody. Not a single. They didn't get nobody. I ain't gonna lie. Now we know what we know. The Bengals, who was at F+, they might be at F- because they didn't even get a 1st round pick. Like, dude's still not showing up the Dude still not showing up to practice. So they gotta figure out they shit. I don't really gotta explain them no more. Like even the one pick that they made that was good, they don't even got Cho for real. Like I guess Demetrius Knight is decent, but nah, linebacker value is not that high for me personally. But and then the Colts, they got Tyler Warren. Solid pick. I give it to him. Solid pick. That's a PistolJ guarantee right there. I had that on my mock draft. Just saying for all you people that said my mock draft was phony. Yeah, that's really it. They got Riley Leonard too, back up, but yeah, phony. Then you go to the Vikings. Donovan Jackson, solid guard, and Ty Felton from Maryland. I like him, but they only have 5 picks. They trade all they shit away. Rams, solid tight end, Terrence Ferguson. Everybody else is up for grabs. We're gonna see if they are impact players or not. Dolphins, same thing. Kenneth Grant, solid pick. Everybody else is, it's up to, we'll see. Quentin Ewers is probably gonna start a game this year because, fucking Tua gonna get to throwing up them gang signs. And then we got the Saints. Literally the worst possible draft you could possibly have. Like, they drafted in the second round for no reason, unprovoked. No one in their right mind was going to draft this man. They draft Tyler Slow from Louisville. And when I tell you this boy is slow, he's slow. Like, this is the worst pick. Like, in the second round, for what reason? Like, you better you lose all, like, there's no incentive to draft a quarterback in the second round. I think, like, in the past, like, 8-10 years or something like that, I think only, like, 2 quarterbacks have been drafted in the second round. That's, like, Jalen Hurts and Tyler Slow. And I'm going to say no disrespect. No disrespect whatsoever because Jalen Hurts, he a baller, and he do it in the playoffs, and he get it done. But I'm going to say that the Eagles got lucky with that Jalen Hurts in the second round. You feel me? I'm not going to say that that's just, a normal thing to get a quarterback in the second round and fucking, have him be your, franchise guy. But, yeah, so that pretty much wraps up my mock draft. Let's go. I'll wrap it up for y'all, for real. Let's go back to the top. So, A+, we got the Ravens. A, Patriots, Bears. A-, Eagles, Titans, San Fran. B+, Seahawks, Chargers, Chiefs. B, Commanders, Cowboys. B-, Raiders, Jags. C+, Giants, Cardinals, Panthers. C, Browns, Jets, Texans. C-, Bills. D+, Lions, Falcons. D, Broncos and Packers. D-, Buccaneers, Steelers. And F+. I ain't gonna look. I'm on the fly. Fuck the what this says. Fuck that. On the fly, we gonna go F+. Colts, Vikings. F, Rams, Dolphins. And F-, Bengals and Saints. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. Oh, when the Saints come marching in. So yeah, that's going to wrap up my draft grades. Let me know in the comments what you think about my grades. You feel me? I'm always open to some, commentary, some, let me know what it's looking like. If it's ass, if I'm geeking, if you're not, feeling shit I'm putting out there, let me know. You feel me? There ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? If that's what if that's how you feel and you want to let me know my shit was ass, 0 seconds lost. You feel me? Stop wasting your time. Let me know my shit was ass. Go in the comments and say my shit was ass. But guess what? I'm going to comment underneath your shit and I'm going to be like, use a fan. But yeah, last but not least, we got I got a video that I'm gonna react to you because we about to go on our Ravens Glaze Fest. We's really about to do this Ravens glazing. You feel me? Because I got this video I need to show y'all for real. And this was a couple weeks ago on a TV show on FS1 called First Things First. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but I fuck with the show heavy. But my man's Nick Wright, he got problems with the Ravens. For some odd reason, he just can't fuck with us for some reason. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna get copywritten for fucking doing this, but if I do, I'll probably just cut this part out and then I'll explain after what went down for real.
Eric Edholm writing about the most complete teams for the 2025 season on NFL.com.
Fire about
the list has the Eagles at 1 since they won the Super Bowl.
That's fine.
Then it's the Ravens, Lions, Chiefs at 4, Bills, Vikings, Bucks, Packers, 40.
All right, so let me pause right there for real. Before I get into it, just in case I gotta cut some shit because of copyright infringements. I'm just gonna break down what kind of I'm reacting to. So basically, you see the top most complete rosters. Okay, they got the Ravens number 2, they got the Eagles number 1, respectively. For real, they they won the Super Bowl. They reigning champs. They do have a very complete roster for real. And basically, they was going back and forth about was the Ravens deservingly number 2. And Nick Wright basically doesn't agree that the Ravens are number 2. Okay, so let's watch the video.
The Niners, who might not even make the playoffs,
to say about it.
And then the Broncos. Any issue with Baltimore being at number 2?
I think maybe Drew will even agree with me, even though he's wearing his Ravens tie, probably his Ravens Jordans, and is a Ravens guy. This is outrageous. They have an awesome quarterback.
Yeah.
And, albeit old, awesome running back. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they're awesome or even very good anywhere else.
Not awesome or very good.
Their kicker's gone.
Anywhere else.
Their wide receiver room is in flux for the 10th straight year. They last year had, despite Ravens culture, the number 31 pass defense in the league. What about Baltimore screams complete? They scream led by 2 super duper stars at quarterback and running back, not like this super well-rounded, complete, hard to find the whole team. That's why I'd be better off with a list that said they're the second most likely to win the Super Bowl. Because this is the year Lamar breaks through, then they're the second most complete team in the league. That's crazy.
Well, look, I think the off.
All right, well, so Broussard gonna go and he always got back to Ravens. My man, he loved a wire for real. But yeah, so basically you heard what Nick said. It's pretty fucking cherry picking stats and shit like that. And let's really get into it for real, because he just talking about we don't have anybody that's very good or excellent or anything like that. Like what? Did you even look at the roster compared to other people's roster? Because let's go through it for real. We got let's just start. Quarterback. We got Lamar Jackson. You can say what you want, argue what place, but top 3, no doubt about it in my mind. If you arguing he's not in the top 3, you're just living on another planet. Dude is different. Let's just be real. So you go from there, you got a top 3 quarterback. You go to running back. From last year, we can project whatever because he's a running back. Excuse me. We can project whatever because he's a running back. He might not, keep up that same workload. He is over 30, and running backs, you never know when their last game might be for real. So you can argue whatever, but from last year, saying he goes about the same, maybe he takes one little step back, he's still, I think, the second best running back in the league behind Saquon. Okay? So that's running back. And then if you want to go to the running back room, it get deep. You got Z.S.L, one of the best third down backs in the league. He going to get in there. He going to make a block for you. He going to get in there. He going to run the right route. He going to catch a touchdown for you. He going He gonna hit the hole. If you want him to run the ball, like sometimes when he be running the ball, he don't really do what he need to do for real. But it is what it is. Then you got Keaton Mitchell coming back, another year removed from that injury, being the type of game breaker that he is as a running back. Getting in there as a change of tempo is goes crazy. So the running back room is stacked. There's no better. I don't think there's I think maybe the Eagles have a better running back room just off the fact that they got Saquon and now they got A.J. Dillon. But I don't think A.J. Dillon is better than Justice Hill just off of all the things that Justice Hill does. A.J. Dillon doesn't do. You know what I mean? But whatever. Let's move on. So now we can go to tight end room. The tight end room is the best in the league. There's no tight end room better than the Ravens tight end room. You go Mark Andrews, perennial Pro Bowler, like multiple years, leads the Ravens in all receiving stats damn near. You feel me? He leads us in touchdowns almost every year. Then you got Isaiah Likely. I think Isaiah Likely could start on any. I don't think there's a team in like maybe you got the 49ers, the Chiefs, and the Lions might say we're cool with Laporta. Other than that, I don't know where you find a tight end that's better than Likely. Like, dude's a dog. Then you got Charlie Kolar as a third spot. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and rave about Charlie Kolar, but he's solid too, especially blocking and then being able to catch the ball too. Like, I think he compares well to a lot of people's second best tight end, if not some people's first best. I think some people will probably want Charlie Kolar come be they starting tight end too. But so tight end room, outstanding. Then you go to O-line. Now, our O-line is always in flex, but we always find a way to put it together for real. And if you think about it, this is the first year that we're going to have some continuity within our O-line. Like, so Stanley's back, Tyler Linderbaum's back. Those two guys are solidified. They good in their spot. Voorhees will be in that right tackle spot. That left guard spot. And if you remember correctly, he started the first 3 games of the season. Then he got injured. Makari came in, and it was like, we were not going to just fuck up what's going good. You know what I'm saying? Makari's a vet. He knew what he was doing. Keep him in there for real. Let Voorhees get another year in his belt, learning, training, practicing, and all that. So now we get Voorhees back. So those 3 on that side is solid. The right side is solid too. We coming back with the same shit. You got Falele at the guard. You got Rosengard, the second or third round draft pick last year. And he was a solid, like, honestly, I think he probably was the best rookie tackle in the league last year. Okay? So that's O-line. I'm not saying it stacks up against like the Eagles but it's definitely better than the Chiefs O-line. It might not be better than the Lions O-line, but I'm pretty sure they had some guys retire off their O-line too. So I don't really know how deep the O-line get, but I will give our O-line at least top 15, maybe top 10. Okay? So let's move on to defense. Look at the safety room. I'm not going to put too much on Malachi Starks yet. But Kyle Hamilton, it don't get better than Kyle. It really don't. Like, I think he's the best safety in the league. You can think what you want, but I don't know too many safeties doing what he's doing for real. So safety room, I would say that's outstanding too. Our Darius Washington, before he got injured, I would say he's solid too for real. So there's that. Go to the DBs. Best DB room in the league. And I would say that we had the best DB room in the league before we got Jair. Because you got Cheeto, he was first round pick. Marlowe, first round pick. Nate Wiggins, first round pick. 3 first round picks at corner. Like, come on, let's be real. What else we got? And now we got Jair, so that just adds on to the fucking, onto the fucking toppings, you feel me? Like, the shit just going crazy. Go to linebacker. Roquan. Top 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go Fred Warner, after that, it's like you go Roquan, or who you going for, like, your linebacker. Okay? Now, we might have that second spot might be up in flux for real, but let's just be real. It's a top linebacker core. It's like, what do you know what I'm saying? You know Baltimore going to be able to coach some guys up. You know we're going to draft some guys. You know we probably going to sign some guys. So, and then D-line, you know what I'm saying? I think we led the league in sacks last year. Who's to say we can't do it again? We got the same guys back and Mike Green. D-line, Matabike just going to get better. Travis Jones just going to get better. Broderick Washington, always a solid rotational piece. Like, I don't know how you look at the team and think, like, it's blasphemy for us to be ranked second. You know what I'm saying? You could put us up. I believe if we put our roster up, lined up against the Eagles, like, only thing that you would be like, all right, the Eagles got it, roster-wise, like, full roster, is just off the simple fact that they all got rings now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they O-line, because they O-line is substantially better than our O-line. And then, D-line, I think they edge rushers, they could use some edge rush help. But other than that, I just don't see how you come to the conclusion that the Ravens shouldn't be a top 2. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it would have made sense if he'd have been like, I don't think they top 2. Maybe they top 3. Maybe they 4th, 5th. But he said it's like, it's crazy that we top 2. Like, it's not crazy, bro. This is just regular for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even feel like glazing no more for real. I think I've been here for 2 hours. And Ravens going to the Super Bowl, baby. You feel me? And we're gonna end the podcast on that for real. Like, appreciate you. If you sat here, watched the whole 2 hours, I appreciate you for real. I really want that to, hit her. I want y'all to know. Like, I really appreciate the support. And like I said, please hit my comments. Hit the comment section. Blow this video up. I'm actually gonna put a like goal on this video. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes on this video. What's something I can do for y'all for real? If we get 50 likes on this video, I'm gonna do a live gaming session. All right, I'm gonna do gaming. I'm a live gaming session for y'all for real. If we get 50 likes on this video, I'm gonna do a live gaming session, and this is something else I'll do. And if you in the live with me, if you join the live, I'll run a game with you for real. I'll play COD, or I got NCAA right now. COD and NCAA, that's all I'm doing. You feel me? I ain't ready to be out here buying no games for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, you want to play me in NCAA? You want to run a squad match in COD with me? Whatever. Get this video to 50 likes. You feel me? And join the live stream when I do that. You feel me? But other than that, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you can never miss nothing new we got coming to you. ZSL Podcast. You feel me? And it's always going to be a It's a party. It's a party. Yeah, it's a party. Let's go. It's always going to be a party here. It's Z.S.L Podcast. I'll catch you in the next one. Love y'all. Deuces.